All right, guys. So we've got a really good AMA today. We've got a lot to go over. I'm just going to jump right into it. So basically, it starts off with a really good question, and that is, can the company please set out a schedule of vote weighing per million GGT? In other words, the percentage of influence per GGT. I mean, essentially, it all comes back to the amount of GGT that you own, that you have, definitely affects the weight of your vote. Now, if you want us to get it down into absolute specifics, we can do that for sure. But I mean, as of any vote, the company itself will not be voting at all. So there's absolutely, I mean, there might be a few, if there is a few people who have gotten GGT outside of the mold, that we're working on a team. Nobody on the team, in fact, will even be voting for anything. So nobody on the team who's actively on the team that has GGT that aren't staked or are held, which are pretty much nobody. They still wouldn't be voting. So the company, the team, are out of the picture for now. So, but the votes are really everybody else who are holders that come into the picture and just want to make their voices heard. And I mean, for good reason. There's a lot of things that we need to vote on and we need to look at voting on. A lot of people have been coming out and talking about how they are a little bit uneasy with the market, and I completely understand. The market is really bad. I mean, it's under $90 on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is the market right now. So, I mean, you have like a market indicator. You can see it on CMC. It's basically the altcoin market indicator, and it's essentially it looks at where the market is pointing towards. Like, is it pointing towards Bitcoin or is it pointing towards altcoins? The last I looked, it's like purely smack dab on the highest level of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's not doing well. So, for that reason, that's one of the things that I look at whenever we're looking at listing, or whenever we're looking at anything. We've already set a date. We're working towards that date. But like I said, there's a lot of people who are definitely voicing and petitioning for a vote on it. So it's something that we'll definitely be considering, and we may put something up there. So going forward, then there's another person. Basically, we already took care of this question. It's just asking if the company can vote. The next question is the GGT governance token, or basically the Grape governance token, only for voting on the GRP side of the Grapevine direction of operations? No, it's for voting on, GGT. I mean, it would definitely be voting on GGT, and but definitely on the GRP side as well. That's what it's there for. Um, so then we have another question. Let's see. What are the advantages of APL holders, which are GGT holders? Um, would there be a special presentation about GGT, and how would the products of APL benefit now GGT holders? So there were a lot of products that we're bringing over. That's part of our partnership agreement. And that really is the e-governance platform that we have. We're going to be using that in a lot of the projects that the main project that we're pushing forward, and on the Grape blockchain. That's the plan right now. And then as well as we've got the Knox Pay. We've got Knox Pay, which is really enticing, and then we've got basically Knox Wire. And Knox Wire is a cross-border payment system. So those will all kind of go along with GGT, and they'll benefit GGT and GRP both, because it'll be on Grape blockchain. So that was part of the partnership. Let's see. Let's see down here. So there's a lot of people asking what the use cases of GGT, and really it goes back to this. You cannot put a value on decision making for the entire chain. And that's really where, in my opinion, GGT has a monumental weight. And that's what gives it value, in my opinion, on every level. So focusing on GRP as that, it's the chain coin, but GGT makes all the decisions. It makes the decisions, and I mean, everybody who holds GRP is absolutely going to want to have to definitely hold GGT, and that's where it goes back to. And then we're creating use cases as we go, though. With different things like the precious metal backed currency, different elements and things that we're going to be working on doing on the field. And as we're pushing forward. So yeah, there's always going to be more use cases, but at this point, that's where the power is, and that's honestly one of the reasons why I really, really, really want to do a vote, because I think that holders need to see. I mean, especially GRP holders and everybody on the tens of thousands of people who have become part of the GRP movement, we need to show how powerful it is and how much, really weight it carries in owning it. That really would, I think, set it up for a even more successful launch in the future. So there's another question about basically what steps are you planning on doing to attract and retain serious external developers? Absolutely. So, obviously we've got like step 1, step 2, step 3, but getting other developers that are, beyond the AI side are even, obviously it's a big part of our, 3-year plan. So making it easy to develop and really working on, getting all those APIs up and making it a project that you'd want to set up a long-term, really a long-term company on, because of the fact that the infrastructure is so much better than anything else out there. That's where we're at, and that's what we're working towards right now. So there's somebody asking, when will GRP launch? So essentially right now we've got the GGT launch planned for the 20th of February. Okay. So what we're going to do, we have a deal with the exchange for both coins. And it's all, going very, very well. Which, I will say this. Okay, so just kind of a sidetrack here. The getting an exchange that fits all the wants of the community was extremely hard. And when I say extremely hard, there were very, very few of them that we could actually get on and that fit and check all the boxes within that first, I'd say, top 35 CoinMarketCap exchanges. We finally found a couple of them that work, and so we've gotten one lined up for that first exchange for both, and then we'll have a couple, rolling out after that. But really, whenever you have been trading for a while, it's not as easy because, of course, they're looking back at and they're looking at the community, they're looking at every element of the project, and they're going, okay, so we can start you out. You got to go back to those primary markets. So you started at a primary market, then you move to those really high end exchanges. So we just got to start, and then we can move hopefully pretty quick going forward, especially with some solid announcements. So that's our plan. So going forward, okay, so will smart contract creation also have the functionality to connect NFTs created to token minting? Yes, eventually, absolutely. I'll get with the devs on the specifics as far as timeline. because I see another person who's asking about exactly when the NFTs and the marketplace are coming out. I'll get with the devs on exactly what's going to be coming out with this update, but we just got a massive update that's going to be coming out, I believe, on Monday. I'll let you guys know for sure. But basically, next week it's planned. It should have some good, juicy release notes, so we'll get that out there. I don't know what it's going to be, but because I haven't even seen it yet. However, I know I have a scheduled call with the devs on Monday, and this to go over everything with me before we get this release note out. And I mean, it sounds like it's going to be something pretty cool. We're going to have a lot of added bonuses to it. I know that. It'll be good. But anyway, guys, I know for a lot of you, if in the U.S., you're probably, you might be in the line of this storm. So we've got a storm coming in here. It's a winter storm, a lot of ice, a lot of snow. So we're trying to get this thing wrapped up, get this out there. But everybody stay safe. It's definitely it's not fun. These ice storms in the U.S. are not something to be, not something to take lightly. So definitely prepare for that if you're in the U.S. That was kind of a side note, but that's one of the reasons why we had a little bit of delay on this. So going forward, let's see. I think we've just about hit everything, all the main things. So there's a couple questions that pertain to some bonuses that, like we call them the OG, holders will get, and some things like that. I'll deal with that in the in the Telegram group, in the Discord group. Or you can contact us directly on support for that. That's really only for people that have been around for 5+ years, that have been with us, and we can definitely discuss that. I'm looking to see if there's anything else that we could potentially go through for this last one. We've gotten everything. There's quite a few questions. There's just some that don't really pertain to what we need to talk about today, I have a planned segment for that next week. So, but anyway, guys, like I said, if you're in the U.S., stay safe this weekend. We've got a lot planned for next week. We have a wonderful, monumental update. It's going to be good. It's going to be really, really good. It's going to at least improve things to a large extent. I know the devs were extremely, extremely excited about it. So it'll be fun to go over next week. I might even do a video early on just to hit that, like no AMA and the early part, but just hit that and go over, what that roadmap even means, because that'd be kind of fun. Just there's nothing more exciting than being able to put out new features, improve on features, and get things out that are clean every single week, every other week. It's just fun. But anyway, guys, very excited for everything to come. We're watching things really, really well. If you have any other questions that pertain to anything that I've talked about today, it's a lot of food for thought. It's a lot to go over. It's a lot of things that maybe you haven't thought about before. Maybe you have thought about. But just definitely get me as many questions as humanly possible on GGT and GRP. Just keep them at that, or something on the roadmap. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Definitely keep track of everything, and until next week, I will bid you a wonderful weekend.